Hello, everybody. This is Purge bringing you first-person replay commentary. I played Wisp yesterday. I did this on stream, so if you guys watch the stream, you're probably going to be familiar with the game. But I thought it'd be better as a replay commentary because I didn't get very much commentary yesterday, and there's tons of stuff that you can talk about when you play Wisp. I haven't made Wisp in a really long time. I think it's actually one of the heroes that I had on the dock, and I ended up randoming him on stream yesterday. He's actually one of my favorite heroes in Dota 1. But when I got to Dota 2, I played him a couple times and had a lot of issues with him for whatever reason, so I just kind of gave up playing the hero. But after playing this game, I might play him a lot more often because I think I did fairly well mechanically considering I haven't played him in like 6 months. And I don't know, he's really fun to play. He really fits the support role in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of aggressive things that you can do and a lot of passive things that you can do, and he kind of fits a lot of play styles, and he synergizes with like a lot of different heroes. So I don't know, he's a really solid hero. He's picked fairly often in the competitive scene. He hasn't maybe picked every game, but he's picked quite a lot and situationally depending on the team. So yeah, there's definitely a lot you can do with Wisp if you're interested. I think his win rate's really low because he takes a decent amount of mechanics to play correctly, and he takes a decent amount of knowledge as well. But he's actually a strength hero, which is why I can't find him. Oh yeah, he's also called IO. I actually haven't made a video in 1 to 2 years, so this is long overdue. Okay. He should be more visible in this. I really don't know why. What if I do this? Alright, for some reason, he is not, the particles are not working. They were working earlier, but they're not working right now. So I guess it's just going to be like this. But you can kind of see his outline when my mouse goes over it. Whatever. You guys know what he looks like. I don't know why he's not showing, but he is just not showing. So anyways, I ended up randoming, so I had a lot of extra gold. I bought a courier and an observer ward, I believe, and I bought a single set of tangos, and I'm just going to leave it at that. You kind of want to rush regen really quickly on Wisp. It's maybe a bit more situational if you're playing scrims or official matches, but in pubs you can kind of just go for a fast bottle, especially because there's now 2 runes that spawn. So support roles or cores on the side lanes or offlane heroes, getting a bottle is a lot more viable because you can guarantee that you get a rune. It may not be a good rune, but you will guarantee that you get a rune if you get to the rune spot on time. So just try to coordinate with your mid hero. If you have an invoker or something, definitely go for it because your invokers don't usually buy bottles, for example. So the reason that you want to rush the bottle is because of the way that your first skill works. It's tether. It links you to an ally, and it makes you both run a lot faster. And if an enemy runs through the tether, they get slowed temporarily. It used to be a stun, but it was a little too good with Chaos Knight, so they nerfed it. When you're tether linked to somebody, any regen that you get is going to heal the ally that you're tethered to. So if your ally is taking damage and you are bottling up, you're going to heal yourself, which will heal your ally as well. So it's like getting twice as much regen out of it as you would get normally. I believe it's actually more like 1.5 times. Let's see if we can read what it says. Yeah, your tether units gain 1.5 times the amount. So whatever you heal yourself for is going to heal your ally for 1.5 times that. So let's say if you get a mechanism, for example, and you heal yourself, it's going to, instead of healing your ally for 250, it'll heal them for like whatever, 375, I think, which is really good. So wow, the health bars are really weird this game. What a weird game. I don't know if they, oh that's right, they changed that on purpose, I think. I did this a little late. I think part of the new patch is coming in, and maybe that's why some of these things are kind of weird, but anyways, always pull through if you can. It's really important that you get a lot of pulls off when you're playing support. It's better as a Wisp to pull than it is to zone, because you can't really zone very well. You have 0 armor, your HP's low. You can obviously buy items to compensate for this, but generally it's best if you just get a lot of golden experience in the first couple levels so that you can end up leveraging your levels for good things, whether that is using spirits, whether that is using Overcharge. I actually want spirits at level 2 here so I can clear this camp a bit faster. They do, it makes these little balls around you. You can expand and contract them using DNF. See right here, I can press a button, make them bigger, I can press a button, make them smaller, and when they go away, they explode. So that's why I was getting up and close and taking a lot of damage there, because when they do explode, they'll do 25 damage per spirit in an AoE, and that'll actually damage creeps as well as heroes. If they're spinning around you, they can connect to heroes, and if they physically connect with the heroes, then they'll just do damage to them. And luckily I found a regen rune, although it is going to be used by the Spirit Breaker, so unfortunately I can't use this to get my HP up. I grabbed 2 levels of spirits here because it gives you doubles the damage. They do up to 50 apiece, which is really good. So you can use this to harass or run into heroes and things like that. I maybe could have shifted towards the mid lane and helped him on this kill, but He was set up for this, and I finished my bottle as well. So I actually got a decent amount of last hits there. I got 5. I could have gotten a couple more. I was a little sloppy with my pulling, but it worked out alright. So I got my bottle fairly fast, and again, this is going to be fantastic because I can heal my allies if they're in danger. It doesn't matter if they're taking damage. I can still get the bottle regen on them by healing myself. Now, it only works a certain way. If you're full HP and you're regenning with bottle, you're not actually gaining HP, so it doesn't actually apply to your ally. Yeah, everything's really bugged in this replay right now. It's going to be a weird game, guys. Centaurs are flying. So if you're not regenning, you don't actually heal your allies. So you have to be lowering your HP, or you can't heal your ally. And the way that you do this is with your third skill, which is called Overcharge. What this does is increases your attack speed, and it gives you damage reduction. So if you're taking damage, you will end up taking less damage, basically, while it's on. And that also applies to whoever you're tethered to. If you're tethered to nobody, it only gives you yourself damage resistance and attack speed. If you're tethered to somebody, it gives both of you guys damage reduction and attack speed. And this is a triple pull, by the way. This is really good to do if you're playing Radiant. Radiant is a better Wisp because you can triple pull this a lot easier, and that's 3 camps that you can farm instead of just 2. So this will get your experience up a little bit faster than normal, and I'm hitting level 4 by myself at 4 minutes while denying a creep wave. And you can use spirits again to do damage to the creeps. Oops, I have to be a little careful here. And now I'm going to bottle up. Hopefully he doesn't take it. Alright, he doesn't, and as you can see, it is healing him. You see those little numbers above the A. So I can use bottle to heal fully. I grab the bounty rune. I'm looking at tether range to see if I can save him. I healed him a little bit here with Overcharge. I did that a little sloppy, but it ended up helping a little. If you do, I forgot to tell you, if you use Overcharge, it actually does reduce your HP. So, and your mana pool actually. So it drains HP and mana at 4.5% per second, which is about the same as what a bottle will heal you for. So if you're at full HP and you need to heal somebody, you turn Overcharge on a little early, and then you pop your bottle. And once you do that, you're going to be losing HP, and then you'll have HP to regen, and then it will heal your allies. So I'm missing about 100 HP here, 150, so I'm going to go find one of my allies. I'm going to tether to them, and I'm going to bottle. That way, when I heal myself, I'm also going to heal them. So there we go. Link to them, here comes the bottle charge, and as you can see, they're regenerating a lot of HP. So it's really good to do. That's why bottle and regen items are absolutely necessary for Wisp to be good. I remember playing Wisp once where one of my allies had already gotten an urn or something, so I was like, I guess I'll get a mech or something, but they had already had a mech, so I basically had no good regen items to have. Like urn and mech are usually the go-to items to have on Wisp. You don't really want to play any other way because it isn't worth it. If you don't have regen items, you're not playing Wisp correctly, in my opinion. So grabbed a little bit of experience. I have an urn coming. You might be confused why I haven't grabbed boots yet, and Wisp is a hero that you can actually delay boots before you get a couple core items. And that's because tether actually gives you movement speed, gives you 20%, I believe. 17, I'm sorry. So we'll hypothetically, we'll just say about 20, so that gives you 30 times 2, because you have 295 movement speed, so it gives you probably around 50 movement speed. By tethering an ally, you essentially already have boots. So I'm going to pick up a rune here, and then I'm going to come gank towards mid. I'm going to get an invis here. Haste would maybe be the best, or regen. Those are really good on Wisp because you could endlessly heal one of your allies. More, not endlessly, but you know, at a certain rate. And as I'm getting ready to go for the gank, I'm going to use the spirits. Now, Tiny I believe backed up because they had a ward over here. Actually, this is my ward. I'm not sure where their wards are. But getting your spirits ready before you initiate is usually what you want to do, because by the time they run out, you're about ready to cast it once again. And instead, I'm invisible right now, by the way. I'm able to hit 5 spirits on the Lich here. And the Spirit Breaker is charging, so I'm going to wait to tether. And I'm going to overcharge as well, because I want to increase its attack speed. And I'm just going to sit a little far back, and I'm also going to regen myself, because I want to make sure that the Spirit Breaker is at full health. And I also had to sit a little far back. Normally I'd go in melee range and try to use spirits on the Lich, but what I wanted to do was ensure that I didn't get caught in a Chain Frost and end up making a really bad situation for us. So here comes another charge. I'm going to use spirits, and I'm going to expand these a little bit. I'm also going to offensively earn, and then again I have to contract these again based on where he is, and a little bit of overcharge, and we get a kill. Unfortunately, I used my tether, so I can't then tether to our drow instead, and we decide to back off. That's actually one of the biggest things that limits a Wisp, is choosing who you choose to tether to. And it's really important that you do it carefully, that you choose the person that you really want to cover, because if you do it wrong, if you tether to somebody wrong, I did that a lot at the end of this game. I found that is a huge issue with my play. I would tether to allies and be like, oh, they actually didn't really need my heals as much as somebody else in the team fight. So you have to be pretty careful with who you tether to in a fight. If you can plan with your allies who you initiate on, that makes things a lot easier as well. So now I'm going to use my spirits to connect with the Lich the rest of the way. And a little bit of movement speed on the Draw Ranger is plenty to be able to get a kill. I dove a little too far here though. And I'm just going to earn myself up, which is again also going to heal the Draw Ranger. So despite me diving there, it still ends up being okay. And I'm level 6 at 8 minutes, which is really good. I'm going to go back to base though because my HP is really low. I'll get an extra TP and a magic stick. And now I have pretty much the 3 core early game items that you need on Wisp to do amazing things. I'm going to teleport in here because we can win, I think. Made a mistake here. It actually worked out, but I did that really bad. And I'm about to go back. That was relocate, if you're curious. What that does is allows you to teleport somewhere temporarily. If you're tethered to somebody, you can take them with you, and they'll come with you where you're going, and then you can leave them there. You're always the hero that's linked that has to go back, for example. So I thought maybe we could get a kill there. I don't think I actually helped Spirit Breaker live in that instance because I messed up. But what I was trying to do was I used Overcharge to lower my HP while I was in base, although it didn't work because I was in Fountain. Because when I went in, I wanted to be able to heal myself and give HP to the Spirit Breaker. But once I tethered to him, I accidentally turned off my Overcharge, which kept me at full HP, which meant that I wasn't able to save him. And what I'm doing now is lowering my HP arbitrarily because I want to be able to try to heal the AA when they go in the AA. Because I thought that there'd maybe be 1 or 2 heroes, like PA would jump out of the darkness, and then I'd be able to heal the AA and would be able to turn it and get a kill. So that's what I was going to try to do here. But what I messed up, so I did use relocate. My HP was full when I tried to heal the Spirit Breaker, so it actually didn't do very much. So that was a mistake. But hopefully I got better at that as the game went on. So I kept telling the A, I was like, bait it out, bait it out. I'm going to cover you. It's going to be fine. I lowered my HP a little bit more. I'm getting ready to heal and go in. And the button press that I have to do, I have to press Overcharge, I have to tether to the A, and I have to bottle or start earning myself. Really important that I do it quick. And unfortunately, he got blown up instantly, and there was a blink on the axe, so I wasn't really expecting that. There was also a crit from the PA, so there's a crit and a chop, and he died really fast. And there wasn't really a huge amount that I could do about that. And upon playing this game, I realized that burst damage heroes like axe or PA are actually quite good against Wisp lineups because they do so much burst damage that I'm not really... I thought there would be a fight here, so I relocated in. This is maybe not needed, but again, just moving him down a little faster. I was going to grab the bounty rune here, and again, I messed that up. Make sure that you do untether them as you are about to go back. And if you want to get somewhere fast, if you're far away from them, like the maximum tether range, you will jump to them like you just saw. It's a little bit of a speed burst, so if you need to get somewhere fast, tether to something that's halfway there, and then you can secure that extra movement speed. So I saw another squishy hero bottom, so I thought maybe I'll just tether to the Draw Ranger. Draw Ranger or any ranged hero is usually pretty good with Wisp. And there's the tether. We're going to speed on in. A little bit of an offensive earn here. Spread off from that to be a bit careful here. And I was able to bait him out there, and now I'm going to heal myself up, which is again going to heal up Draw. You have to be really careful when you play Wisp as well, because everybody's going to try to kill you. You're by far the squishiest person. Oops, I found an axe. That was scary. And again, I'm going to tether, I'm going to overcharge, I'm going to bottle myself. Fortunately, it wasn't quite enough here. I'm still overcharging myself, which is a mistake. I'm going to tether myself to him in a second here. And there we go. Healing him up. He could go back in now. It's going to break my tether here, but I can retether in a second. Again, overcharge. Preparing to earn myself. Overcharge. Now I'm a little overdived. This is pretty... I should turn off my overcharge a little earlier. This is a skill build you usually do. You go 1-4-4. Tether you used to max first when it's stunned, but it doesn't stun anymore. So almost everybody just leaves it at level 1. basically everybody leaves at level 1. They go 144 for sure, because you want to increase the damage reduction and the attack speed that Overcharge gives. It doesn't change the health drain mana scaling, which is, again, it's a good thing and a bad thing, mostly a good thing, because it allows you to heal your allies. Again, gonna heal up here, and unfortunately they get chopped again, and I'm going to be a little bit late. I'm going to try to save the A. And unfortunately it's a little slow there. I needed to bottle as I was about to tether to him, I think. I kept timing my bottles really badly there. If I'd have timed my bottles badly or better, I think I could have gotten a kill on him as well. The chop makes it really hard to play against those heroes, because the other reason is that Overcharge gives damage reduction, and chop doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't care about damage reduction. It'll just kill you. It doesn't care what your resistance is. So if you do it wrong, it's not going to work out correctly anyways. Normally you have like the ability that you can heal them and you can provide a damage reduction, so what normally would have killed the hero isn't going to do it, but it doesn't really matter against Wisp. He can just kill you with it. So I'm still doing pretty well. That was my first death. I'm going to pick up a Ghost Scepter next. It's really important that you get something like a Ghost Scepter in this game, because they have a bunch of physical damage heroes that can jump on me and just kind of, they don't care what I'm doing, they're just going to kill me. My armor is still low. I have a lot of regen and stuff like that, but it only does so much basically. So going for a Ghost Scepter means that if the PA chooses to jump straight on me, I can pop my Ghost Scepter and there's nothing he can do for 4 seconds. It's really important that you look at your enemy heroes, and after you get past your early core items, that you look at those threats and see if that's something that you actually have to be concerned about. So again, the Wisp spirits do damage over time against creeps. You can see what they are: 8, 14, 20, 26 against heroes that just blows up right away. So they're pretty good for farming. You'll see it blow up here in a second. They're pretty good for farming creeps. They explode, they do creep damage, and that should give me my Ghost Scepter. I got 2 creep waves. That was pretty good. I'm just gonna grab the bounty rune here, and then I should be able to snag this. I'm trying to tether. Little overcharge, give him a little slow. Gonna try to spirit him some more. So playing a Wisp is basically like a, it's such a big positioning hero. You have to choose where you're gonna put your hero. I'm gonna try to get to the top lane a little faster here. I maybe should have saved my tether. Little overcharge again. Attack speed, and move into melee range for spirits. And I should be able to clean these out just fine. Alright, cool. I'm just going to heal this guy up, I think. Now, one thing that I started making slight mistakes on is, for example, if my ally needs mana, or if he only needs HP and he doesn't need mana, I have to be careful about earning myself, because if I use Earn to heal an ally, it's costing me mana pool, because Earn will compensate for me losing HP from Overcharge, but it doesn't compensate for the mana as well. Bottle kind of covers both, so if you're just regenning HP, it's generally better to just use Earn. If you're regenning both HP and mana from losing Overcharge, then Bottle is generally a bit better. But I'm like super stacked here. This is really farmed in terms of a Wisp. My net worth is like top 5, and that's because I pulled effectively. I've been there for a lot of kills. I've been moving around the map correctly. I haven't used relocate very well. It's something I'm really bad at. Again, this is one of my first Wisp games in a long time, but relocate's really, really useful. You can grab a hero. You can say like, oh, this silencer's farming in the mid lane. Let's teleport right on top of him with Spirit Breaker. It's normally something that you can do. And I'm just going to heal up the A here. And then turn off Overcharge as soon as it's done. Pretty much just guarantee that he was going to be alive. I was a little out of position here. Ooh, that was a mistake. Oh wait, no, this worked. I brought the Zeus into melee range, basically. I didn't actually mean to bring him back with me. That was a mistake. But it was a good mistake. Got kind of lucky there. Anyways, kept the A alive. I should have seen that the charge was coming, and what I should have done was tethered into the Spear Breaker as he initiated. But relocating in the Zeus is also not a bad thing, because it was essentially a 2000 range Blink Dagger that allowed Zeus to also fight. But the fight ended up going bad, so I don't know if that was a mistake or not. But it's another use of relocate. It doesn't have to be, you can basically use Wisp to follow somebody that's split pushing across the map, and when the fight starts, you just relocate in with Wisp, and he can bring the carry there. It's like a free teleport. It's kind of like Scepter in a lot of ways. that you can start a fight or you can engage a fight that you wouldn't be in otherwise. So I'm going to shift towards my allies again. I would love to have a rune because my mana's a bit low. In fact, my mana's really low. But I do have a 7-charge magic stick, which makes it kind of okay. Magic stick works as well, by the way. It doesn't have to just be slow regen items. It can also be burst heal items like Wander. This guy looks really dead. Yeah, that was a mistake. This is an example of me using tether and kind of wanting to have it ready. HP's really low here. I remember this moment. People in chat said that I should have relocated, and it's totally true. I could have relocated home and then teleported back with full HP, so that was a big mistake. I was considering buying back and relocating here as well. It's another thing that you can do very often as a Wisp, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
he just got wrecked. So I probably should have bought back. I should have for sure relocated home because I could have evaded death, but I didn't think about that when I was running. I thought I would get the rune and maybe be able to live, but that was unlikely. So moderate mistake there, but things are still going pretty okay. You may notice that I haven't bought any support items this game. I should be helping out with purchasing wards and things like that, but I was kind of greedy about that just because I wanted to focus on getting as many regen items as possible. I picked up a Tranquil Boots here. Tranquil Boots is pretty good on Wisp because it's another form of HP regen that you can give to your allies. If you don't get Tranquils, I don't really think you need to get any other boots. You could get an Arcanes if you want. Arcanes is something else that you can give to your allies because it's a way to gain resources, whether HP or mana. So if let's say you're dueling with like a Zeus or something, if you get Arcanes and you Arcane yourself, you're going to give your Zeus twice as much of that mana. Or sorry, 1.5 times that mana. So that's always an option that you can do if you want to. Watching for the Chain Frost, pull it away, get some heals up here. Looking for somebody to tether to. There we go. Just trying to heal myself up, and it ended up working out. Again, if you're in a really bad situation, just tether yourself to an ally that's far away. I didn't want to take any creep damage here because I had Tranquils up, so. Bit of a dive going on over here. Ooh, a regen. I like regens. The other really good thing about Tranquils is that it gives you armor, and that's one thing that I think a lot of people ignore when they grab Tranquils on support heroes. There's a lot of low armor support heroes in the game, and picking up 4 extra armor for them is really useful for only 500 gold. Plus the whole regen thing that it provides, it gives you a lot of survivability against physical carries. Like PA, for example. 4 armor makes a big difference. So I'm just going to give... Oh, that was great. Did you see how he arcaned himself and he went from like 25% mana to like 75% mana? It's because tether with arcanes is amazing. So look for those combos as well with your allies. Zeus ended up filling up this entire mana pool because of that. And I'm still going to sit back. I don't really want them to show... I don't really want to show where I am. I could hide in trees as well if I wanted to. And I'll just end up following the Draw Ranger. Try to keep her alive if possible. Usually you have a tankier melee hero that you combo with when you play Wisp. Draw Ranger isn't exactly a normal combo, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just lowering my HP a little bit here in case the fight starts. Kind of a waste because Tranquils heal me so fast anyway, so really all I'm doing is wasting my mana by a small amount. I could be looking around for relocate kills as well. That's probably something that I don't do very well this game. I'm going to help him kill Ancients now. Just a little attack speed. Cost me some HP and some mana, but it will increase his farm rate, so... And if tether does end, make sure you re-tether, otherwise you're just overcharging yourself. Looking for the relocate. And I'm going to relocate. I shouldn't have gone so into melee range. Again, I have to watch my relocate timer. I'm going to take him back with me. Actually, I stopped it. I think that was a mistake. I think I should have brought him back with me. So I didn't really know where the enemy heroes were, and it was kind of dangerous. See right there. I bottled him. I bottled myself. But I was full on HP, so all I did was increase his mana, when in reality I wanted to increase his mana pool.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I guess the for some reason the animation is just not going to work this game. It's probably because it was a replay. Sometimes replays get a little weird. Now, items to buy next. Mech is really good. I ended up not buying a mech this game for whatever reason. It's kind of expensive. It's definitely expensive on mana, and you can't afford that nearly as much as you could in the past. So, I don't know. Maybe that's not the way to go. I feel like Bottle, Urn, Magic Stick, and Tranquil Boots like really covers you almost more than you need on this hero. So I felt pretty comfortable just sitting on that. I think situationally mech is really good though. You could even go arcane mechs to compensate for that maybe mana lacking that you're gonna have. But I would still get a bottle no matter what, and Urn no matter what is pretty fantastic as well. I'm just trying to get here in time. Tether range is pretty big. It just kills them anyways. So got a little lucky there. There's normally a lot of evasion on PA, but he was kind of crashing right through that. And I actually started maxing out Tether here. Almost everybody just goes stats instead. But I kind of felt like going for Tether. I ended up finding all their heroes. I ended up just going for Tether because there are some times when we slow them. I don't know. Steven is very against this idea because he's the one that plays Wisp all the time on Zephyr. He's against this idea, and most top pros are against that idea. They actually just keep Tether at 1 for a very, very long time. But situationally, the slow is really useful. Most of the time I would say it isn't, because almost all the time you tether, you're just doing it for damage reduction and regen. So I don't know, I'm probably wrong in this, but I just kind of felt like getting more tether. A little bit of attack speed here, some spirits, there's the slow. I mean, right there it ended up being useful. I was able to slow him for about 2 seconds. It guaranteed that we got the AA ulti. I don't know. I'm not completely sold on leaving Tether at level 1. The extra stats are useful because you do need more survivability as this hero, because the hero is very squishy, but I'm just not sold yet whether or not it's the right thing to do. Couldn't really tether to anybody here because I was silenced. Just gonna give him an Urn, look for the jump back in. See, that was the biggest waste of a tether I had all game. I should have been tethering to the Spirit Breaker, and instead get some heals up here. It looks like I barely healed him, but he just has so much HP that it just looks like that. Oh, I messed up and tethered a creep. That's the worst. I did it like 3 times at the end of the game. That was too bad. I can just earn him directly though, so it's not horrible. Anyways, my mana's kind of low right now, so Overcharge healing is maybe not the best. Whatever, we're diving. There's the slow. And I kind of want to stay away from Max. I don't want to let him be able to get close to me like this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I really should have wanted before I tried that. I was really greedy. But it ended up working. I get home just safe. Again, you can make mech. Increasing your HP is really good. Actually, the typical item right here is either a Force Staff, depending on the heroes that you're playing against, or a BKB, actually. Because when you're tethered to a melee hero in a team fight, you're going to be taking a lot of focus fire if your opponents are good. And most of these fights, it'll be Spirit Breaker going in first, so I can just follow up and kind of stay away from the bad guys. But if you grab a BKB, you guarantee they can't silence you, they can't stun you, they can't just nuke you with magic. You just are able to do your Wisp things, basically. I wanted to see if we could get something done here. But I think he got kind of scared. I don't think the A had to be scared there. I think his ability to kill that guy was very unlikely, but the relocate ends, and they're able to lead off the tiny, which is good. So give the Zeus an old heal. There's a better example of what I should do when I'm healing somebody. Bottle myself once to get my HP full and just earn him, rather than using Overcharge and earning myself. It's good to be, it's important to be a little bit more efficient about this. In this case, I'll Overcharge the Drow because we're trying to kill Roshan a lot faster, but this HP bar is weird again. I think this is how they changed it. There was in the patch notes they changed it, they said. Yep, again I waste my tether. I knew that was coming. I'm just watching it now, I'm like, I'm gonna waste my tether. I just know it.
Do you always eat out?
Just wait for my Tranquil Boots to kick in. I have to be pretty careful for now, though. So I'm going to sit far back because I don't want him to jump on me. I ended up messing up my urn there. But it's okay because I had a bottle charge and my Tranquil Boots are kicking in, so I'm still healing him. So rather than getting a BKB, which I should have bought, I didn't think about it at the time. Though. I was like, I'll get a heart. A heart will be good because it'll just massively boost my HP. I'm a strength hero, so it gives me damage as well if I end up right clicking. We have a Draw Ranger, so I actually hit pretty good. Again, I wish I had my tether on a different hero. Trying to get some. Yeah, I am just wasting my time here. I think I played really bad in that fight. I should have stayed tethered to the Draw Ranger rather than trying to cover everybody. Like, you can't cover everybody with Wisp. You can only heal one guy, basically. So you might as well stick with the carry, right? Instead, I followed the Zeus or the AA or whatever, and I should have just stayed with the Drow. If I stayed with the Drow, and I overcharged him, and I tethered him, he would have had a much better chance against the PA. I wanted to tank in like 85 tower hits. All those tower hits just wrecked me, basically. So it would have been a lot safer if I just stayed with the Drow, I think. That would have been a much better decision. Could have kept him alive and stuff. I tried too hard to do too many things. And I should just focus on one guy. Still dead for about 14 seconds. Again, I could buy back if I wanted to. Looks like he might actually need it. Yeah, he's gonna die. I wouldn't really recommend ever buying armor items on this hero either. I was just thinking about his armors being really low and you kind of want more survivability. I think Scepter is definitely the way to go over grabbing armor, because your HP is so low that grabbing armor items isn't even very efficient. So it's better if you just, in my opinion, better if you just go Scepter and then BKB or HP. BKB is perfect because it gives you HP, gives you magic resistance, covers two big issues that you might have as a squishy support hero. This is the best way to farm on Wisp. Just kind of get up there.
Are you still working or are you on break?
Oh, this thing's bad. I mean, I tried to keep him alive.
What does that mean later?
I wish, but I made a mistake there. Rather than tethering the Zeus, I should have looked for the creep wave.
Just chill for a bit.
I had to untether there because my relocate was over. I'm glad I was paying attention. Normally I make that mistake in the past when I would play Wisp, but this game I was actually paying attention. That cost me my buyback, unfortunately, but we did get a couple more kills out of it, so it's pretty worth it. Alright, they taunted him here, so I'm just gonna speed this up. Guess the axe ended up canceling. Didn't really look like I was gonna be able to do much by jumping in. And that's one of the problems with Drow Ranger is that if somebody jumps on top of you, your hero does no damage at all. So like you just can't get jumped on. And then if they don't, then you do a lot of damage. It's a really weird balance. So Axe and Tiny are really are heroes that Drow simply can't deal with. She can't really deal with strength tanky heroes. It's a lot better to play against int casters who are squishy but have a lot of damage if they can cast spells. She's a lot better against stuff like that. So I'm going to go from the bot lane, push it out a little bit, and then I can catch up with my team afterwards. I'm hitting really hard right now. The Reaver helps a lot for that. The other problem with hard is that it's so ridiculously expensive and the parts are so big that finishing it is a little overly optimistic as a Wisp. That's why BKB is so perfect, because you can spend 1,000 gold, get a ton of survivability relatively, and then you just have to wait for the next components, which are only about 1,300 gold, 1,300 to 1,600 gold a piece, which is pretty, it's attainable basically. Is my tether maxed out? Yeah, I maxed out my tether by now. Again, not necessarily a good idea, but it's, I don't know. The slow is pretty powerful. It's a huge slow. So I'm kind of getting close to the hard. The cool part about the hard is it gives me an insane amount of HP regen. This allows, it's kind of functions like Tranquil Boots. Then if I'm not taking damage, then it allows me to heal my allies for a huge amount, like an absolutely huge amount. In fact, I could basically use it without having to worry about Tranquils or Bottle or Urn. I can just use Overcharge and heal them by a huge amount, and then save the Bottle when I need mana, or maybe some more burst healing if that isn't enough, for example. Again, you can always use Overcharge to help your allies heal a little faster, or farm a little faster. Now the fight's starting, so I'm just gonna snag the draw and we're gonna run there a little faster. I maybe should have just relocated. I'm untethered right now. Should turn off my overcharge. There we go. Sitting off to the side, giving him some heals.
And then you can die.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
He basically went from no HP to full HP.
Dire's bottom
And I still gotta creep again. Oh yeah, that one time that I died mid, I should have tethered to creep. I don't remember if I really made that clear or not. But if he has arcane boots here, he's gonna get a ton. There it is. Bam. So much mana. Attack Zeus. Oh, that's why he was attacking slow, because we had chilling touch. I was wondering why he was attacking so slow. Felt like way slower than normal. I'm just gonna go back and push this. I don't really need to do this. I could have followed my team to Rack's top. I think it was because I was kind of close to... Yeah, I was kind of close to heart, so I needed some CS.
Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
What did I dish my team here? It's like I'm gonna push by myself. My whole team died, guys. But it's okay, because I have a heart now. That's all that matters. So now I've got the HP. I should be tethering myself to the Spirit Breaker right now, because he's missing a lot of HP and I'm healing. A little bit late on this one. And here comes the heals. Look at this. It's getting like 100 HP a second. Bottle him up a little bit. I'm going to get ready to tether. If I would have been more efficient about doing that... If I would have used Scepter, I would have lived there. I tried to relocate to my home. So we ended up feeding. If I would have been better about healing him at the start of that, his HP would have been high enough that he may have been able to be alive, but we're all kind of just dead for a really long time here. They only had one ranged barracks left, so just kind of sent some illusions in. We're all just dead for a little bit.
Middle tower has fallen.
Alright, we're alive again. Okay, relocate's up. I have a stupid amount of HP. My agility, my armor's actually pretty okay. 6+4 is not bad. And now I'm gonna run across the map and try to connect to.
What have we here? Haste!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
I accidentally broke the tether here. We did a really good job at throwing our bodies at a ranged barracks. But we got the mega creeps, so I could have fought that a lot better, I think. I keep like tethering in short range and then he charges off. It's one of the issues with Spirit Breaker or PA or things like that when you're playing a Wisp. You have to worry about those heroes just kind of ditching you and breaking the tether. If you guys run too far away from one another, it breaks the tether. So you have to be very careful with your positioning when you play this hero. So I'm just going to speed things up. They're pushing mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Debuff on all those heroes is good. Barely kept the Zeus alive.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I was worried about the chain frost.
Dire's ancient is under attack.
He actually dropped them this time, so. Well, that's Wisp. Might play Wisp more often. I don't know if I feel comfortable enough to play her in ranked because you kind of need an ally that is coordinating with you. Otherwise, it becomes a little bit hairy. But I was pretty happy with my performance there. Obviously, could have made a lot of improvements. My itemization could have been slightly better. My relocates could have been amazingly better. But we already had a pretty mobile global hero with Spirit Breaker. So Wisp is generally best paired with heroes that aren't globally mobile, and then you turn them into globally mobile heroes, and they become a huge threat. But Spirit Breaker is already so global that my relocate felt a little bit unneeded, I guess, is how I would describe it. So, but I definitely, that was like a lot on me. Like I could have played that a lot better personally. So, anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm probably gonna stream later today. So if you want to tune into my stream, aka me playing Dota live, just go to twitch.tv/purgegamers and you will be able to see me there. So if this video is processed, I should be streaming. If not, make sure to follow me on Twitch and you can check out my stream later. So I think that's it. Sorry I haven't been uploading very many videos. I'm going to try really hard to do that this week. at least for the next couple days. I've got like 2 or 3 days where I can work hard. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.